on Midday at 12:30. We are talking wedding event space, tasting rooms, and oh yes, wine. We have Talon Winery here. They're going to tell us all about what's going on. Plus, guess what? It's Lexington Coffee Week. So if you like your caffeine, we have it for you. A local coffee shop is here to tell us how they fused art and coffee to make a unique experience. This is Midday Kentucky.
Hey.
Afternoon. Happy Wednesday. Thanks for joining us on Midday at 12:30. I'm Amber Freeman.
James Stillwell.
James, we have Dr. Stillwell here.
Stillwell.
You're getting very fancied with us
today.
Just
personal.
Well, I like that. Well, we know you because you come a lot, and we're glad that you do.
Thank you.
You're kind of in the co-host seat today.
Almost.
The hot seat. We are going to put you in the hot seat. We're going to jump right to it. In case you don't know, Dr. James Stillwell is our licensed pastoral counselor. You always give us some really great advice. We just got through Valentine's Day. A lot of couples, it was great. A lot of couples, maybe not so great. There's a lot of pressure going on, a lot of pressure to find that date. I don't know why I'm just keep talking. I should let you talk. But we're through it now, and now a lot of people actually want to date for real.
Without the pressure.
Yeah, so if you're, I looked at your questions, and I have to ask because it's me, and I'm so fantastic at dating. You're saying we should date for marriage potential.
I think 90% of the people who are single, and about 50% of the adult population is single, 90% of those folks want to get married.
Sure.
And so if that's true, then view this dating process as an interview process. And it's recreation, and that's fun.
Recreation.
But you are interviewing the other person as much as they're interviewing you.
It's interesting that 50% of the adult population is single.
Yeah.
And 90% want to get married. Interesting.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah, it's interesting figures there. So, all right, so we go on a date. First date's kind of like the feel it out, kind of not feel it out in a real way. Just feel out, each other.
Sure.
Get a
sense of.
That's a better way to put it.
Right.
Get a sense of who that person is. Do we know after a few dates, how many dates does it take to tell if this person?
I think within 2 dates, you can tell if somebody's ready to be crossed off the list.
Wow.
Yeah. And so there are things to look for, and that's what we're here to talk about today.
Okay.
For example, if they automatically want to change you, red flag.
Like right on the first date?
Yes.
So give us an example.
Like I would love for you to just to have red hair, for example.
Oh, would you?
If he said that.
Okay.
Or if he didn't like something else about you. So, I like that song, I love you just the way you are. Well, if they love you the way they imagine you to be and not the way you are, that's probably not a good thing.
Yeah, that's bold after a date or two.
Yeah.
All right, what's another red flag?
Well, another one is if you automatically know or pretty quickly know that they have a habit that you couldn't live with. So, obvious things are like smoking for some folks, and for some folks drinking might be. For some folks just being addicted to their phone might be a problem. And so whatever that might be, if that comes up and you can tell, you're probably not going to change them just by osmosis.
So here's my question, because a lot of people are not good test takers. Maybe a lot of people are just not good daters.
Yes.
How do you know how much is just being nervous or uncomfortable with the situation? Or should it just kind of automatically chemistry, fuse fireworks?
Chemistry is nice. Chemistry is essential eventually, but chemistry is not the most important thing. So it's interesting when you've got something like that that's essential but not the most important thing. And so there's some things like they may be very charming, but that may also be a clue that they're controlling.
Right. And
if they're contemptuous, the way they treat the waiter and the waitress is the way they're going to treat you.
I think that's really good advice.
Yeah.
But sometimes I think maybe, again, I'm not the expert, that it's hard to tell on that first date or two. There are those immediate red flags, but how many people have you met that say, I just didn't even like my person when I first met them, and then...
Like you said, maybe too much pressure sometimes, and just relax, and don't make that first date the be-all and end-all. But I'm just saying that if there, in the first few dates, if there are red flags that you see or that people who care about you see, pay attention.
Real quick, Dr. Stillwell, how do we end it if it's not going to go well?
Okay, I like Paul Simon's song, 50 Ways to Leave Your Lover, because you have permission to leave, and that song just gives 50 different ways.
All right, I was going to say, we can go through all 50, but that's good advice
you
to
hear what
listen
I'm
to
saying?
the song.
And if that's not enough, get support.
Awesome. And how do we get a hold of you if we need
So
support?
get support. drjamesstillwell.com is a good place to start.
Good advice. We appreciate you being here. Be safe out there, people. Stay with us. We'll be right back with some art and coffee.